Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Smith from 𝐬𝐮𝐩𝐸𝐴. So this is the second part of the series Design to Development. In the last video, we have designed the UI. So if you are interested in UI design, please check out that video. So in this part, we are going to convert a design to code using Next.js and Tailwind CSS. And then in the next part, I'll add the database and implement the logic. Okay, so let me give you a quick demo about the website. Okay, so at the top, I have this navbar, a logo, and then this random text, and then 3 nav items, which are donate, family, and stats. And then inside this home page, I have this hero image. Don't worry, I'll provide you all the assets. And then at the left I have this help Mr. White, and then a call to action button which is donate. So click on donate, it will redirect you to the donate page. Nice. So I have this PayPal button. Just click on whatever amount you want to donate, like $5, $10, let's say $5. Click on PayPal. Now here is a tweak, guys. I have not really implemented the donate button because in India the donate button is not available. Okay, but I'll provide you all the logic to implement a donate button. Don't worry. Okay, so I've logged in as Sumit, and then as you can see, this is shipped to. So I've implemented a checkout of PayPal, which is also necessary stuff. Anyway, click on this pay now. This is a sandbox account, by the way. Nice. And then just go to stats. You should see Sumit $5. I should show $1. Anyway, I have the top donators, which are the top 5 donators, and then this total donation, which is just the sum up of all these donations. Okay, then just click on family. Again guys, this data should be coming from the MongoDB database, and then click on family. Look at this. I have these notes from family and friends. So Jesse Pinkman, Walter Jr. and Skylar White. This is a small app, but I have really planned this app so that I can show you all the implementation of Next.js using TypeScript. Okay, so it will be fun. Okay, so to get us up and running, I have created this basic boilerplate for this app, which just includes the setup files of Tailwind, TypeScript and Next.js, just so you don't have to write those boring stuff from scratch. But if you want to create the boilerplate from the scratch, I'll put the link of one of my video in the description box. Anyway, just go to this repository. I'll put this link in the description box, and then from this branch drop down, click on this setup. That's it. Okay, just copy this URL. And now just go to your terminal and run npx create next app, the app name, which is Save Walter. Next to it there is no capital letter, and then just pass hyphen and e. This is for example, and then just put the URL you copied. Okay, press enter. That's it. Okay, done. So just cd to save Walter, change directory. Yep. Just open this in your code editor. I'll be using VS Code, so code dot. Cool. Not cool. My VS Code is damn slow. Okay, so let me first talk about the folder structure. First of all, just go to its source. Okay, inside this source you can see these components and the pages. If you are familiar with the React.js folder structure, this is similar to React. So inside this source, you can have this components folder and then this pages folder. Okay, inside this components, I have this component which is delete.tsx, because I'm going to delete that. Okay, and then inside this pages, I have this underscore app.tsx, which is the root of our page. So every page component will be rendered through this underscore app.js or underscore app.tsx. I'm using TypeScript. Okay, and then inside index.tsx, this is nothing but our home page. As you can see, I've rendered this delete component, which is coming from this component slash delete. And what is this @ component? This is called path alias. I'll be talking about this in a minute. Okay, so this is all about the source. Now I need to find my charger. Cool. So every file inside this pages folder will be a separate page. What I mean by that is, if I create a something like donate.tsx, this is a separate route. So I can just go to donate, and it will render my donate page. So RAFC, which is a shortcut to create a functional component, and you can just pass donate. And one thing to notice, this should be a default export. Now from a component you can have a multiple export, but from a page you should have a default export. Okay, now let's just go to this API folder. So every file inside this API folder will be a separate endpoint. What I mean by that is, this hello.ts is an endpoint. Let me prove that. So for that, just run the server. So Ctrl J, it will open my inbuilt terminal inside VS Code, and then just run npm run dev. That will run my development server. Cool. Just go to your browser, localhost 3000, refresh this. Okay, so this is a boilerplate for Next.js with TypeScript and Tailwind CSS. Then this is a source-based project directory, TypeScript path mapping already configured, and then some tips. Okay, I'll be talking about this in the later part of this project. So what I want to prove is, just go to this API /hello, and it should return you John Doe, because this is an endpoint. Yeah, this is a John Doe. Nice. Yeah, really nice. And then I can again just go to donate, which is a page, which means it's a separate route because it is located inside the pages folder. Okay, inside this donate. Why it is not showing up? Because the color is black. Okay, so this is a donate. Now let's go to home page. Let me just continue the folder structure. Okay, so inside this pages I have this API folder and then underscore app.tss, donate.tss, index.tss, all are done. Okay, inside this components I have this delete.tsx, which is just a component. So here it is written, this is a boilerplate and all this stuff. Nothing to describe about this delete component. Done with this source folder. Cool. Now just go to the styles folder. Inside the styles you can have module based CSS style. So global.css, inside this global.css you can see that I have imported the Poppins font so that you don't need to find the Poppins font. And then I have set up the Tailwind. And to set up the Tailwind you just need to install some packages. So just go to package.json. Inside this package.json, look at this, I have installed this Tailwind CSS/git. Git means just in time, which is in beta version. Okay, but it's really cool. And then I have this auto prefixer, this post CSS and this Tailwind CSS. We need to install these 4 packages. And then just go to this tailwind.config.js. Here we just need to parse these files. So inside the source folder, all the files which end with the tsx and ts extension, I'll purge all these files. What I mean by purge, by the way, purge means remove all the unnecessary CSS which is not used inside your project. So it will be done during the build time and it will remove all the unnecessary CSS. And then you can see that I have added all the colors. So this is yellow, this is the same yellow I have used in the highlight color in my UI design, and then this gray, dark and light. Okay, nothing else. Cool. And then just go to postcss.config.js. Here you can see that I have added these plugins, which is Tailwind CSS/git. Cool, that's it. And then at last you need to import all these 3 directives, which is Tailwind base, Tailwind components and Tailwind utilities. Okay, cool. And then inside this body I have set the background color and the font family Poppins. That's all. Yeah, that's all. So I'm done with the source, I'm done with the styles. And then just go to public folder. Inside this public folder, all the files inside this public folder will be served as static. Now what I mean by that is, just look at this favicon./ICO. Now just go to your URL and just type favicon./ICO and you should see the image. Yeah, so this will be served as static files. And then inside this assets, you can see that I have provided all the assets I am going to use inside this project. So this jc.jpg, which is the image of JC Pinkman, and this logo.png, which is the logo of our project. And then Skylar White. Oh, Skylar. And then just go to Walter Jr. He's having breakfast, by the way. And then our Heisenberg. Okay, so I'm done with this assets folder, done with this public, this node modules, you know what it is. Come on. And then I have this models. So this models means basically all the model I am going to create through Mongoose will be located inside this models folder. We are going to see this in the next video. And then this middlewares. So all the middlewares will be located inside this middlewares, and then this libraries, libs. So all the utility file will be located inside this libraries folder. Libraries, not libraries. Okay. Just go to this connect.db.ts. It will be used for the DB connection. So anything else? Yeah. This env.example. So inside Next.js, you need to put all the environment variables inside env.local file. So just rename this env.local. Cool. And then this gitignore. And then this tsconfig.json. Inside this, you can see these paths. This is a TypeScript path alias. So base URL is dot. Look at this. I've created a alias path which is @components/star. So all the files inside this components folder will be mapped to this source/component/star. Now just because of this path alias, we don't need to import any file using the relative path. So what I mean by that is, just go to donate.tsx. Let's say I want to import, something like, let's say this delete component. So import. If I don't use the path alias, I need to import this through. I need to import this using, delete from /component/delete, right? But now I can use this symbol because this component is mapped to this source/components, right? So I don't need to go to the source and all this stuff. This will be served as absolute URL. Okay, this is quite handy, more clean import statement. So that's all about this folder structure. See you in the next video where we will start the coding. So bye.